to the 70th episode of the weekly virtual Big B Meetup and the 75th in total. Qatar's popular community outreach initiative, founded in 2018, and in 2020, the pandemic brought about its virtual edition. It aims to inspire, to inform, to educate, and bring communities together. Today, together, yeah, hang on. It is inspired by the people of Qatar, both local and expatriate, and dedicated to my mother. Today, as we celebrate International Women's Day, I believe we should celebrate International Women's Day every day. Our guest today is nothing short of inspirational, the magnanimous Kathleen Bates. Welcome, Kathleen.
Hi, Bosco. Thanks so much for having me here. And that's neat to know it's the 70th episode. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the 70th episode virtually, and I've had 6 episodes pre-COVID, so it's the 76th in total.
Okay.
That's pretty cool, yeah. Thanks, yeah. So, Kathleen, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Well, my name is Kathleen, and I am from the U.S. I'm from the West Coast of the U.S. Portland, Oregon is home. And it's funny when I say that and people don't know where it is, I say it's above California. And then people just say, oh, you're from California. And then I say yes. So anyway, I've been in Qatar since 2008. And I work at Qatar Foundation.
That's nice. 2008, that's been a long time.
It has. It has. When I got here, I certainly never thought I would. Probably nobody thought I would have stayed this long, but I found my way, and I saw so many neat opportunities and such a unique and special place. And 14 years later, I'm still here.
Yeah, 14 years is quite a long time. That's great. Well, nothing compared to the number of years I've lived in Doha, which is 41 plus.
Wow.
Yeah, 14 the other way around. But yeah, I thought, Oregon has some good weather, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So usually the Westerners people stay longer here because they love the weather here. But yeah, you must have had other reasons also. Talking of which, when did your tryst with differently abled people begin?
So I was a university student in Colorado, and I lived in a beautiful little small town that had amazing skiing. I was really
wow.
I was a very avid skier. I worked at the ski resort, and there was a sign they were looking for volunteers to work at the Adaptive Sports Center, which was an outdoor center for people with disabilities. And It was a volunteer position, so they wouldn't pay you, but they were offering you a season ski pass. So you could ski any day, every day, the whole season, and you didn't have to pay. I was a poor college student, and when I saw that, an option to ski for free, and all I had to do was volunteer once a week at this outdoor center, I was in. I was fully on board. I couldn't have got there any quicker. Well, along the way,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, I loved it. I was so fascinated with how we were taking people who were visually impaired or deaf or didn't have a leg or missing an arm or anything, and they were skiing down the same mountain that I love to ski.
Wow. Well, the word disability. I don't use that word in my dictionary actually, and in fact, it is one of the 4 pillars of Big B Meetup. So I call it this ability.
Mm-hmm.
I spell it with a THIS and an ABILITY. And coming back to your volunteerism there, what are the age groups that you had, in the disability sector?
This was a center for all ages and all abilities. And I ended up not only staying that one ski season, but I stayed another 2-3 years there.
So you graduated from
And
that.
I loved it. I just was so fascinated. And I was studying recreation management in school, and it just fit perfectly. And that minute or that time in my life was when I really locked into being interested in how we could just adapt sports and recreation so that more people could be involved. And that's truly what piqued my interest. And then from there, I went to work. I went overseas pretty much straight away. And
Wow.
I didn't see a lot of people. I didn't see a lot of people with different abilities doing the same sports and recreation programs that I love to do, which was, skiing or swimming or scuba diving or just being physically active. I just didn't see that happening as much.
Okay. So when did free you shared your bio with me, and it was an amazing bio. And I'd like to know, when did you start freestyle aquatics? I
So
mean,
what
give us.
happened was when I went overseas, I lived in the kind of central South Pacific islands for several years. Um,
Wow. Okay, I'm pretty decent at my geography. Can you,
okay.
where but Central South Pacific. Now that directionally I'm a bit confused. So can
Yeah,
you?
this will challenge you. Even the best geography experts will struggle to find this island that I lived on a map, and the name is Johnston Island, and
Wow.
it's about 1,000 miles southwest of Hawaii.
Wow. That's
And
exotic. What
it,
made you leave that island?
that's a whole different story. But
Okay.
and
Okay.
then from there, I went to the Marshall Islands for a few years,
Okay.
and then I had an opportunity to go to Antarctica, and I was their sports and recreation manager down there for a year.
Antarctica.
Antarctica, yeah.
Wow.
With the
Well,
penguins.
I'm watching a lovely movie in the snow or
Yeah.
against snow on Netflix right now, and I can relate a bit to what you when you say Antarctica. And my uncle from Toronto, he lived with the Inuits when he was a young teenager or just out of university. So can you is it okay? Can you explain how Antarctica was to you and you to Antarctica? Um,
Yeah, the United States has three kind of camps down there where Americans are working as contractors. So I worked
okay.
at McMurdo Station, which is 800 miles north of the South Pole, and I was their sports and recreation manager. So my job was to keep all the scientists active and entertained when they weren't
Wow.
solving the world's climate issues.
Instead of asking for your bio, I should have asked for your CV. Your
Yeah,
resume. I could have not grill you. I could have get much more information. Wow, this is interesting. I'm deviating here, but yeah.
yeah.
And
So
how?
so then
Yeah,
what happened was after kind of all of that, I ended up in Qatar, and I I was just in my life here. I was just out at the beach. I was out doing sports, and I just didn't see people with disabilities that were being included, or this ability. I
yeah.
just didn't see
And
it.
this is 2008, or which
Yeah.
one? Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I came here in 2008, and I just noticed it. Just being a community member, I thought, where are the blind people? Where are the people in the wheelchairs? I didn't see them. And so
yeah.
what happened was I applied. Vodafone used to offer an amazing grant called the World of Difference Award, and I applied in 2011, and I won. I was awarded the grant, and
Fantastic.
that grant was to start freestyle aquatics, and so that's exactly what I did.
So,
January 2012.
Vodafone Qatar, was it?
Uh,
Was it
yes, yes,
Vodafone Qatar?
yes.
Because 2006 is the year I think they came into Qatar, or 2007 they were pitching in to get a license. I remember because I was working for the PR company that pitched for the account of Vodafone,
Yeah.
and we
So
already have Vodafone back in India.
this was 2011 was the application, and then we received the grant, and we started the project in January 2012. So myself, Jojo, and Taha were the three people who founded Freestyle Aquatics.
Fantastic.
And the whole idea was to get people with different abilities into the water. That was the whole idea. I came from a scuba diving background.
Yeah.
Jojo comes from an amazing swimming coach background. And so together we combined forces to start this program. And that's what we did. And to be honest, I think people truly thought I was crazy. Like they thought, there's nobody here who's going to give you their blind child and let you take them underwater like you crazy American.
I
That's
like
not
that.
how we do things here, you know?
I want to take this clip and put it out across the world. This is a lovely one. Yeah. Yeah. So,
So,
it's funny when people call you crazy, that's when you know you're changing the world,
mhm.
That's when you know.
And
That's
we kept
fantastic.
going. So, we kept, I truly just knocked on doors and we found people that were willing to try and people who were willing to get involved with us. And slowly, the program grew and it's continued to grow. It's operated now for 10 years.
Wow, congratulations.
And through
And you to you and Jojo, right?
yeah, exactly.
Fantastic.
Um,
What was excuse me, but what was your pitch in the beginning? Because the start is the most difficult. I know the start is the most difficult, and a little bit in the middle. So what was your pitch to the parents, to the kids, to
mhm.
this? Yeah.
We've learned a lot, Bosco. It's hard to start a program here. It's now looking back, I realized how much I didn't know. um, I wanted to take people with physical disabilities scuba diving. That's what I wanted to do. That was my pitch. And people thought, you have lost your mind. There's no way that you're going to take our family member from their wheelchair and put them, 20 meters below the sea. It's not going to happen. Go home.
20 meters. Are you swimming or scuba diving here?
Well, both. So the
Right.
original idea was to start a scuba diving program for people with disabilities. But
Okay.
along the way, we kept getting requests for swimming and we kept getting requests for people with autism and
Okay.
other challenges that weren't necessarily physical. So I kept saying no, no, no. And then I truly got tired of telling the moms, no, I can't teach your autistic son. So we started saying yes. And when we
Yeah.
started saying yes, we couldn't keep up.
Well,
We
well,
just
what is the reason why you said no to autistic kids?
ourselves, we didn't feel comfortable. We weren't smart enough yet.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm changing the word autistic also in my next disability program. I'm calling it artistic kids. I'm
Okay.
not autistic, but artistic, because I've run into some really artistic kids.
There are some real
Yeah,
amazing
yeah.
people here in Doha that we've
One of them is a good friend of yours. I call him Super Salim.
uh-huh.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
done some lovely artworks and shared it with me, and I'm planning to do
we,
some work with it, an
we love
exhibition.
Salam. He's a funny boy. He
He
says the
is.
funniest things. Yeah.
He's got a sense of humor.
He
He
does.
does. Yeah.
Absolutely. So that was kind of how we got started. And then we just kept going. We just every single day, year after year after year, I wouldn't stop. I just kept going. And in um, 2018, we had an opportunity for Qatar Foundation to pick up a program, which is
Okay.
now called Ability Friendly. So in 2018, we took all of our knowledge and experience and expertise, and we
Okay.
were able to start a lovely program that's incredibly popular now
Oh,
in
lovely.
Qatar Foundation.
That's
Mhm.
fantastic. I'm so happy about that. So, tell me, with freestyle aquatics, how many lives did you touch? And then when you moved, when this beautiful initiative was taken, is now with QF, how many are there now? How many kids are there? How many? Or are they just kids, or there are teenagers, or even individuals like?
So we are working across all programs with ages 4 and up. We've had up to 80 years old. We had a very fascinating man,
Wow.
an Iraqi man, who's 80 years old. He was paralyzed in a surgery that went wrong, a spinal cord injury,
Oh my
put him in
God.
a wheelchair, and at 80 years old, he decided it was time to learn how to swim. And
Wow.
he is just a treasure. He is just
Okay.
so So awesome.
Okay, you
So
know what? That if that 80-year-old man is inspiring me because I don't
mhm.
know how to swim, so I need to learn that. Yeah, coming back, yeah, that's fantastic. So the 80-year-old man, you had an 80-year-old man on
So we
at your
have
program.
ages 4 to 80.
Okay.
Quite a range, and we have all abilities. We have, I mean, kind of you name it, and we welcome it. We can accommodate and customize anything to your
Oh, that's
ability.
that's fantastic. That was my next question. Like, what are the disabilities of people that you can accommodate from
Mhm.
autistic to, I mean, artistic to neurodiverse to
Absolutely. Right now,
must.
we have a little girl. She's both completely blind and deaf. And JoJo is teaching her to swim. She's 5.
Oh,
She's 5 years old. She can't see.
five
She
years
can't hear.
old. Bless
And
her.
JoJo has her swimming in the pool, which is just awesome to see.
Yeah, because I think hydrotherapy is also fantastic for any human being, let alone disabled, isn't it?
hmm hmm So
Yeah,
we have a very big focus on water safety and teaching proper swimming. We're not just there to play with the kids. We're there to teach them how to save their life if they fall off a boat, if they're on a vacation and they're in the sea. We want to know that they're safe. But we're also teaching proper swimming, and we've got some great little swimmers. Solemn is truly becoming a great little swimmer. Soha, been with
yeah,
us 9 years,
yeah.
really becoming a great swimmer.
I think she also, I also know that she loves her swimming,
hmm
and she's told me this couple of months or maybe a year ago that she'd teach me swimming because I told her I don't know swimming.
I believe it.
Yeah, she's a boss lady. Yeah. Uh, Kathleen, the next question for you is, what is it like in a day in the life of Kathleen? Because you're a busy person. You don't look busy, but you are busy.
I am busy. I work really hard every day. I try every day to move the cause forward. I am a big believer in what we're doing, and I'm grateful that I have so much support now to do it. We have Qatar Foundation behind us, which can only help move mountains. Um,
Yeah,
I work really hard to try to get more awareness out there, to bring more opportunities for our population that we're focused on. I don't stop. I have a lot of motivation and a lot of energy, and I use it. I go to bed tired at night, which
which
is
is
a good
good.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which is a good thing. Fantastic. This question I should have asked you a little earlier, but it's okay. So you're a scuba diver, and it's exciting to me because I don't know how to swim. It's the third time I'm telling on the show, but yeah. So please give us insights into a scuba diver's life and a female scuba diver's life. Today being International Women's Day, I
Mhm.
want you to inspire people even more.
Yeah, I think here there is a very active diving scene. I came to Doha as a current, or I was already a scuba instructor, and I came and I was happy to find such an active community of
Yeah.
divers. I will say that this is a very good place to become a certified diver. It's very
Hmm.
shallow and warm and safe. And then we're so close to some great dive spots that you can travel to.
Yeah.
So if you want to get certified, this is definitely a good spot to do it. The
Cool.
diving will not blow your mind here. I'll be very honest, but it's a good place to learn and then travel from here.
Yeah, I have a friend Khalid Zaki. He's a
Mhm,
diving
mhm.
instructor. I've had him on the show too, and he's also a wonderful photographer. So he's got some lovely pictures of underwater, photography of aquatic animals. That's
Yes,
nice.
we know Khalid. We actually were on a trip. I was the instructor for Ghanem Al Mufta. He's a pretty well known
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Qatari boy here, and I was his diving instructor for many years. And we went on a trip to Egypt with his family, a diving trip, and Mr. Khalid was there as well. He showed up.
Okay, that's in Egypt. You say?
hmm
Yeah, that's
hmm
because that's he from.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course he'll own that. Yeah, that's
So
lovely.
So Ghanem was the first disabled person in Qatar to earn a scuba license.
Oh,
So that's kind
that's
of a neat
fantastic.
thing.
And he hasn't stopped there. He's just
Yeah.
He's a superstar now.
He is a superstar.
Yeah.
He's a great young
Yeah.
man. And the neat thing with him was not only did we teach him, we taught his twin brother and his sister. So it became a family event.
That's fantastic. I didn't know that he had a twin. That's
Mhm.
nice. You learn something new every day. That's
Mhm.
wow. He is also an ambassador for Qatar, not only for disabled people, but for people in general. He's such an inspiration,
He is.
And I believe he's
He loves
yeah,
his country. He loves Qatar very much.
he
He's
does.
so proud of Qatar for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Today we are also here to talk about a very, very important and inspirational young girl, an amazing young woman, Bushra. And that's one of the reasons we have you, Kathleen, here. But I'm so happy that you are here with us. We initially wanted Bushra also on the show, on the program, but we couldn't get her today because she has an emergency or something, right? But we will be talking about Bushra because we want to showcase Bushra's amazing story here. These are some of Bushra's
Mhm.
pictures, and Kathleen can tell us a bit about it.
Thank you. I would love to. I'm really excited to talk about Bushra and to help be a voice for her and share her story. I met Bushra in 2014. She sent me a message asking if we could teach her how to swim, JoJo and myself. And that's a very common message I would get. And so I said, of course. And then she let me know that she has cerebral palsy and she's in a wheelchair and she's nonverbal. So I thought, okay, still no problem. Let's do this. Let's get you into the water. So what I realized was she was texting me with just one finger. She only had use of one finger, and her mom had taught her how to type with the one
Wow.
finger. And so Boucher came to the pool that very first day. Jojo and I will never forget it. And her mom and dad, who at the time were in their 60s, stood on the edge of the pool and said to me, they left, she wasn't with him. I said, where is she? And they said that, oh, she's in the car. She's in a wheelchair. What are you going to do with her? And I said, well, we're going to put her in the swimming pool. And again, I got you are crazy. You're not taking our girl in a wheelchair into the swimming pool. So I said, further conversation. Eventually they agreed. And they stood right on the edge like they were the lifeguards. They were going to jump. And when I said, do you know how to swim? And they said no. I asked them to please sit down and just trust that we were going to be okay. And they did, and we were. And that smile that you see there with Bushra was
Yeah.
instant. She instantly lit up, and you could just tell that, she felt safe and happy and comfortable. She didn't know us. It's a big amount of trust that the whole family put on our shoulders. And that was the very first day we met her. And it just has just grown since then. And I really want to highlight that now the family's facing tremendously difficult times. And that's really why I'm here. My motivation is to find support for Bushra. Kind of the summary of the story is that Bushra's now 35. We met her when she was about 27, 28. And
Wow.
her parents are now in their 70s. She has only one sibling who lives in Canada. I believe it's in Montreal, her sister Fatma. And the father has terminal cancer. He has cancer in several areas of his body. And unfortunately, he's been given kind of a life expectancy of another year. And the heartbreaking part here is the family has nowhere to go. They've lived here a long time, and they've been unsuccessful in getting immigration documents for Bushra to relocate to Canada to be with her sister. And they're sort of out of options. And so I started a GoFundMe with the hope of trying to be able to keep them here as long as possible, where they're
Yeah.
getting the great medical care that Bushra needs and the father needs. They're a very proud family, and they absolutely are shocked that people are willing to help, but we need to help them. They need help, and I think that this will work. I think enough people can help, and where they might get at least another year of being here, kind of a year of peace where they don't have to worry. Every,
Yeah. Uh, uh, Pardon me, but have we tried? Is this the initial start here? Because have we tried talking to a few other people in the high echelons of society?
well,
I'd love to take it up to some people.
yeah, please. The more help, the better. I've tried everything that I sort of have access to. I've tried everything that I can think of. We've had a lot of people kind of voice interest, but nothing has actually come through. But the family needs basic things like housing and transportation and money to eat. I mean, very simple things that, we all have.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
but Bushra's a special girl.
She
She
is. When you shared her profile with me, her picture, that picture is just so infectious. Her smile, as Sabika says in her message here, she saw her expression on her face in the first swimming class, and it was magical. It is. It's a magical smile of hers, and I didn't know she's 35 years old. She looks like a teenager, though, even younger. That's
she
her.
she's 35, and a few neat things about Bushra is when we met her at 28 years old, she'd never in her life been in the water. That day
Wow.
with us was her very first time. She'd never been in a swimming pool, a lake, a river, the ocean. And that was just being a water person. That was just shocking. Like the earth kind of fell away from me when I heard that. I couldn't believe it. And we've gotten to do some neat things with her. When she turned 30, her dream was to see a fish. So
Okay.
Jojo and I carried her right down to the ocean and got her in, and Bushra had been practicing holding her breath. She can hold her breath now up to 2 minutes,
Wow.
which is
That's amazing.
incredible. And she did that because she wanted to see a fish. So what we did, we worked with a very kind engineer, Mohammed Gamal at Texas A&M Qatar, and he helped
Okay.
us to design and print a special snorkel for Bushra.
Okay.
And this is so cool because it's special for Bushra, and then she can see her fish in the sea. So there we are in the sea in that photo, and that was
That's wonderful.
such a
Oh, is
neat.
that the picture?
That is the picture
Oh,
of her first trip to the beach.
oh, that's fantastic. That's lovely. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. So, how do we? How can we help?
Yeah.
Kathleen, how can we help?
So I'm happy to share the GoFundMe link. We're happily
Yeah.
accepting
Yeah.
financial donations through the link, or also if people can help share that. If not everybody can donate, and we understand that, if
Yeah.
people can help share the link, if somebody who's listening knows somebody, like you said, in the higher echelons of life here,
Yeah.
something a bit beyond my grasp,
Yeah.
I'd
And
love.
is there any other help other than monetary help? Can we help in kind, in like paying bills or something like that?
Yeah, I will say the family's a bit shy. I'm kind
Of
of
course.
I've become a self-appointed spokesperson for the family. But I have no problem being kind of outspoken for them when they're struggling to speak for themselves.
Yeah.
So yes, if anybody would like to help with just paying rent, or buying groceries, or
Yep.
it maybe somebody who's listening knows somebody who can help. Ramadan is coming, and maybe
True.
there's somebody in the royal family who would perhaps be interested to learn more about this family.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, I know there's a lot of families that need help. I know that, but I want everyone to know there's something special about Bushra,
Yeah.
and that she genuinely needs help.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Can you share the link here on this? Can you see the link here? Or if you spell it out, I can type it there. But maybe you can share the link on the our chat here, which is the public chat. Can you do that, Kathleen?
Um,
It's on the right hand side. You should be able.
Yeah, I can see it. I just don't think that I can post there, but I've just sent it. I've just tried to put it in the. The host chat.
Yeah, you put it in the host chat. You can put it in the other chat too. Let me see if I can put it myself. Yeah, yeah. Hang on.
I'm not the most tech savvy gal around, Bosco.
Neither am I. Neither am I. You could do that actually. I can't take it from here, but what I'll do is I'll place it in the chat room after the program is over, and we will also share it with the other people around. Yeah.
Hmm.
Can you try one more time? There's a host chat and there's a public chat. Can you put it in the
Yeah,
public chat?
I can see the public. I just don't have a way to post
Okay,
it.
fine. No worries. No
But I
worries.
would really love to
Yeah.
share.
So I will share that me post after the show is over. Yeah, we will definitely do that. This is wonderful. We have to do something for Bushra, and we will in whatever
Yes,
way we can help her.
we
And
will.
I'd like to meet Bushra maybe in a week or two, or just before Ramadan, because I'd like her to be part of the physical virtual real episode of Big B Meetup, which we are planning to host in just after Eid. I know April is the artistic month, but we will have
Hmm.
our program in May, just after Eid, maybe the middle of May, and I'd love for you to be part of it and your colleagues at QF for the ability friendly programs, and definitely, of course, Salim and his mom and his sister and Soha and her brother and her mom. Uh, going up to the next question. In fact, I have quite a few more questions for you, Kathleen. I know, yeah. Uh, when I say Qatar softball league, you also have interest in softball, and you have three lovely furry babies. I have one furry baby here, and you got three. How do
I,
you manage them?
I do. I have three sweet little rescue dogs who I'm so thankful are not
Lovely.
barking. They've just come home and they're not barking, which is amazing.
Yeah.
um,
Don't jinx it.
yeah. And when I was new here, I grew up playing softball, and it's just a sport I've always loved. And I found the Qatar Softball Association, and I've been real involved with them for many, many years. In fact, we have a 3-day tournament this weekend.
Okay, lovely.
And yeah, I'm a bit old and slow to be running around the bases, but I do what I can.
That's nice. So now we come to an interesting part, Kathleen, where you get it's called host swap. You get a chance to host the show, the Big B Meetup show. And all I say to everyone is be kind. Yeah. So you get a chance to ask me a question. And since I've been asking all the questions so far. So if you have
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so if this was my show, I would probably ask you. You said you've done now more than 70 virtual meetups and several
Yeah.
physical in-person ones.
Yeah.
So, can you give us a highlight? What was your favorite topic or most memorable?
Yeah. I've been asked this before. And
Ah,
I'm and,
okay.
and I'm not saying this just because they are watching the show, but my favorite show is till date will and always be the Garangao show, where I had Salim and Soha on the
Okay.
program. That's my favorite show. And this Garangao, I'm excited to have even more kids on the program. I'm working on something, and that's my favorite show of so far.
Well, let me ask this. Since you brought up Solemn, and if they are listening, recently Solemn told me at the swimming pool that he has an arch enemy. So we need to find out who that is, Bosco. And
Okay.
hopefully it's not either of us.
Yeah. I don't know if I can say this. Hopefully, it's not his sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice one. I'm going to ask him that. I haven't met him for a long time,
Yeah.
but I will ask him that. In fact, it's nearly a year. No, it's not a year. I've met them during Ramadan. Maybe no. Yeah, it could be a year in April, because the first time I met Salim was last year during Ahmed Al Shahrani's race. I mean, not race,
Mhm.
his journey across Qatar on a wheelchair. He created a Guinness Book of World Record,
Mhm.
and that's when I met Salim on Autism Day, which was, I think, the 2nd or 3rd of April.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, lovely. Uh, Kathleen, I have so many more things to ask you, but I think we come to the end of the program, and I want to end it because I want to have you again on the show in the future on a Virtue Real program, and with more of your colleagues on the program, Jojo and the rest of the team. We
Hmm.
want to talk more because we need to reach out to more kids here, to more people, and to let them know what the team and you are doing. This was a kind of a Bushra special.
Hmm.
I hope we can do, and I'm sure people will be there to help out. And let's see how it goes. Yes, Ramadan is coming. That's a very good pointer. But even if there's no Ramadan coming, it's still important to help people. Uh, so Kathleen, before I sign out, I always ask my guests to give us their message of love and peace. So, what is your message of love and peace? But before that, I've been itching to ask you, as an artist myself, you have a lovely painting behind you.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Who's the artist behind that? That's beautiful. And is that the water girl? Is that the water girl
Th-
painting?
yeah, this painting, like I had briefly mentioned, I lived in the Pacific Islands for a long
Yeah,
time.
it looks those waves give it
Yeah,
off.
we
Yeah.
spent a lot of time in Hawaii, and this is a painting of Diamond Head, which is a very famous landmark on Oahu, just in
Okay.
Honolulu. And this was done
Wow.
by a woman I know in Honolulu. She painted this for me.
Beautiful, beautiful. Wow, very nice. Yeah. So, coming back to your message of love and peace, Kathleen.
Well, I work really hard every day around inclusion and accessibility, and so my message would just be open to it, be committed to it, and let's build programs and opportunities here in Doha and Qatar, and let people, all community members, know that they're welcome to be involved and participate and be amongst us, not to be included. I want everyone to feel included.
Yeah, be open about it. You said, right? That was the first sentence. That's so
Mhm.
nice. That's true because living here in Doha all these years, I've also seen people are a bit hesitant. But in the past couple of years, I think it's been opening out a
Mhm.
lot.
It's changed.
Uh,
So it's
yes,
changed from those first few years where people were telling me I was crazy and that this wouldn't work, to now I look at that, and now I look at Qatar Foundation pushing this initiative, and it does work, and it is working, and it is changing the community, and it is changing lives, and what we're doing makes a difference, and it's important.
very true, very true. Well said, Kathleen. Kathleen, it was an honor to have you on the program. And you're doing a great job, you and the team.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it just shows by the people who have spoken to me about the mums of Soha and Salim and a couple of other people. You're amazing. God bless you, and please continue with your work. And maybe I will come in for a couple of swimming lessons someday. Yeah,
Sure, I'll let Jojo know you're on your way.
yeah. Because you said the age group is between 4 and 80, so hey,
Yeah,
I'm in between that age group. As long as there's no weight category, so it's okay.
you're okay, Bosco. You're okay.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to have you, and thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Noora, and thank you, Soha's mom, Sabika, and take care, guys.
Can we
Masalama.
will you just share the link as well? Sorry, Bosco.
I will
Okay.
post the show.